All right, yeah. So tonight during office hours, we are going to be critiquing Chelsea's site, which is lifeandlimbgel.com. Okay, so here's her site. And Chelsea sells hot and cold therapy packs online. And what's really cool about her shop is I actually have her product right next to me. And it's one of the few times where I'm doing critique where I've actually seen the product. And I can actually vouch for the product, that it's easily one of the best hot cold packs that I've ever owned, hands down. And when I was younger, I used to play sports all the time and I used to get injured. These days, I don't try to push myself as much so I don't get injured as often. But I did actually hurt myself relatively recently and I was able to use her cold pack. And it's awesome. And so today, what I'm hoping to do is hopefully I can make her website kind of reflect the true quality of her product. And in terms of competition, without even looking at Longtail Pro, I can already tell you that her niche is super competitive. So hot and cold packs, you can buy these at any Walgreens, CVS. But there are actually several keywords that are rankable in search after looking at Longtail Pro. So for example, cold therapy unit gets 880 searches with a KC of 28. Hot cold pack gets 480 with a KC of 32. Hot and cold packs gets 390. Hot and cold pack gets 140. Hot or cold compress gets 390. Hot compress gets 3600 with a KC of 33. Cold compress gets 2400 with a KC of 31. And so basically there are keywords that are rankable here, and I was actually pretty surprised. So overall, not too shabby from a search perspective, but if you look on the front page for these products, it's completely awash with big box stores like Walgreens, CVS, all the major drugstores carry hot and cold packs. And so it also looks like a lot of her product, or some of her products, are selling well on Amazon, just based on what Jungle Scout is telling me in the reviews. And so it seems like Chelsea's doing okay on Amazon right now. So here's her website. And these are some of my first impressions as soon as I land. So I actually know the quality of her product. And so I'm going to say right off the bat that her site needs work, mainly because I can't tell immediately why her products are awesome just landing on the front page. And in fact, landing on the front page, it makes this site look like a blog and not so much a store. And what's really frustrating about this is that I know her products are awesome, but her site doesn't currently do it justice. Now, first off, my feedback was there's just too many buttons to click here. And there's this long horizontal menu here of, different body parts where you can apply her products. And what's funny here is I click on one of these and there's no way to add these products to my shopping cart. It's just a bunch of pictures and a description. And, the fact that there's no add to cart buttons makes me think that, okay, I guess that means I can't really buy these products on this site. And so if you click on all of the body parts here, there's reviews and whatnot, but no real place to buy. And if I go on the front page, what's funny here is there's pictures of her products again. And if I click on shoulder wrap, it takes me to her store where you can actually buy this stuff. But neck wrap is actually not clickable. And some of these other links aren't clickable either. And so once again, it makes it seem like this site is just maybe like a manufacturer's website and you can't actually buy here, and that you need to buy her products from other stores. So I actually took a look at all of the different pages on her site, and she's got a lot of awesome product guides and videos that basically show how to use her products, and they're all very good. The tutorials are good, the videos are good, the verbiage is all good. But once again, on these product guides, there's no links on where to buy. So if I click on this medium wrap application guide, it takes me to a PDF on how to use it. No buy links. I can't buy this. If you're going to put content out here, make sure there's add to cart buttons near all of these tutorial videos in your content. Now, here's the kind of struggle that I'm seeing with your products. There's a whole bunch of inferior versions of your products that can be purchased in any drugstore. And so what you really need are pages that express the true quality of your product, which is incredibly awesome firsthand. And your content on your site is actually pretty good, but it really needs to be reorganized, and just the overall site needs to be simplified drastically. Now, what's nice about your products is that you only have a handful of these products. So what I would do with your site is I would probably break it down either into a single sales page or individual sales pages kind of organized for each specific body part. And what you want to make sure is on each of these sales pages that your value proposition really shines through. So right now I land on your site. It's not clear why I should buy your products instead of just heading down to my local CVS or Walgreens and picking up some sort of hot and cold compress there. The content that you have that's very convincing is awesome, but it's kind of hidden in these product guides and your blog, which is kind of hidden in the back of the site. I actually have to dig through your site and actually search for this stuff. And so what I want you to do is I want you to take a moment and just kind of think about who your target customer is, and then kind of tailor the experience in a shorter, longer form sales page that kind of illustrates the main points of your main products. And I know for me, I'm actually a consumer of your products. And so for me, these ice packs and hot packs that you can buy in these stores, they're always clunky, right? It's always this like pack that you slip in something. And let's say I hurt my shoulder and I wanted to wrap my shoulder with this ice pack thing. It always falls off. It's a pain in the butt. I've never actually found a good ice pack where I could ice like my knee or my shoulder or some of the funkier parts of the body that aren't straight. And so your products are awesome. We need to really convey that value proposition that you provide. And so what I went ahead and did today, I had an extra half hour or so before this office hours. I went ahead and redesigned your entire site. And I want you to pay attention here. This is just a Photoshop mock-up. I just whipped up everything on the page is yours. I just grabbed things and kind of reorganized everything. So first things first, I took your logo and I just made a very small header at the top. And for the navigation, just the essentials. Okay, and then on the splash page, I just took one of your pictures, blew it up. I think one of your unique value propositions are nicely illustrated in your shoulder ice packs as well as your neck ice pack. So I just took your shoulder one and I just wrote down here in big print, the only hot and cold compress that contours to your body. Because this thing is designed exactly for your shoulder, and once it's applied, it's not going to fall off. It fits nicely. And that was just one of my gripes for one of the things when I bought these at Walmart, not Walmart or Walgreens or CVS, is that they just don't fit properly. Another value proposition that I thought of that you might want to use is the most comfortable hot and cold compress that you can buy. And I just listed some of the many benefits that you have for your product, specifically designed for a perfect fit. Elasticized Velcro straps allow for easy adjustment, soothe and relax your sore muscles. Plastic laminated four-way stretch material prevents condensation. And I've actually experienced this with these cheap cold packs. Water starts kind of dripping on them and then dripping down whatever body part I have the cold compress on. So that's definitely a value proposition that you want to emphasize. You have all these cool little value propositions here. Environmentally friendly, handcrafted, non-toxic, made in the USA, top value, tested by medical professionals. All this is good stuff. I just chose to put it right underneath the big splash page. And then if you scroll on down, I just have this tagline here, a perfect snug fit for any body part. Took your existing images here, the shoulder wrap, neck wrap. These images are great for illustrating how to use your product on various body parts. Okay, and once again, I would have these click directly to the very specific product that you're selling. And you had this nice testimonial here, so I put it here from this doctor. And then remember all those videos that you kind of hid in the back of your site on a separate page. I decided to put all those videos on the front page so they can watch them. So apply these cold packs in minutes. Very simple to apply. And then these guides should teach the customer how to apply your product, and then just show them the versatility right there on the front page. And then finally at the very end or towards the bottom, you might want to put this higher up on your sales page, but you can shop for your products here right on the front page directly. There's no need to click on all that extra navigation that you had to prove a point. Right here on the front page, after they've read your tutorials, your unique value proposition, bam, they're right there ready to buy, and then they'll add to the cart. Okay, and so as you can see here, I've condensed maybe 20 or 30 of the pages that you have on your site all into a single sales page that kind of flows nicely. You got an eye-catching header that immediately conveys why your stuff is good. And I made a lot of this stuff up just based on the stuff that I read on your site. And so feel free to change any of this stuff. But it just naturally flows, right? you get the benefits, and then you get a demonstration of why it fits really nicely. And then you get easy videos on how to apply the stuff. You have the testimonial from a doctor, and then all of a sudden you can shop. I think that, organizing your site on a single long form sales page should work pretty well for your site. Okay, and so let's go ahead and take a look at some of your product pages here. First things first, I would probably remove these like counts from your products. A lot of them are at 0 right now, which doesn't make it look good for you. So I would just remove these like buttons here. Now, what's funny here is that when I click on your products, and I was looking at your products on Amazon as well, the verbiage that you have on Amazon is like 2,000 times better than the verbiage on your site. And I was just curious why that is. So the product description on your own site just has this small paragraph, but on your Amazon one, it has all your value proposition right there. You want to move all that stuff back onto your own site. Now, overall, your product pages look decent, but I would actually remove this huge gray box. This store policy, you can just move it on a separate page, which indicates all of your store policies. There's no reason to have that all on your category pages and all of your product pages. Now, I would also make the add to cart button a lot bigger. So I would put one here in a color that really stands out, and I would also put one down here by the product description as well. So let's go ahead and add one of these to the shopping cart. Now, notice what happened when I add to the shopping cart. Now, let's say I wanted to check out. You want to make this checkout button a lot larger, and you also want to put the checkout button in the main navigation in the header so that someone can easily check out. Right now, when I put something in my shopping bag, there is this little shopping bag thing here that pops up, but I actually missed this the first time. And there's actually no reason to have this add more button either. I would just have a big button that looks like the continue shopping that goes to checkout, and then it's not even really necessary to have continue shopping here. Just have the checkout button and then another add to cart button here. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out here. So you really need a checkout button here because otherwise I have to actually click on this shopping bag and then click on checkout. Once again, remove all this store policy stuff from your shopping cart page. You want it to be clean. Okay, so first things first, your checkout form is not responsive. So I tried to do this on my phone and it was kind of a disaster. So you want to make sure that the form adjusts to whatever screen size you're accounting for. Now you want to make so I just started filling out some bogus stuff here. You want to make the phone number of the customer a required field. I actually tried to check out by not filling out some unnecessary information, and it actually let me check out without entering the phone number. You're going to want that just in case you need to contact the customer. Now, the layout of this form is a little bit awkward because free shipping is here on the side and there's all this white space down here. So what I would actually consider doing is making these fields and font bigger and occupying the width. And then this delivery method, which is always free shipping as far as I could tell, I would just move that subtly underneath there. And what's funny here is I filled out all this stuff and then I hit continue and then it asked me for the email. Now you want to reorder your checkout so that you get the email first, because just in case they abandon the cart, you'll have their email address where you can send them abandoned cart emails and kind of remind them to come back and finish checkout. So I would definitely reorder it so that you get the email first. Now, the second thing here is there's this create password thing here, which kind of threw me for a loop. And I would consider hiding this and maybe having a button saying, would you like to create an account or something like that? And then once they click on it, it exposes this. Because right now it's kind of implying, and I know it says optional, but it kind of makes people enter in that extra step that they might not want to enter. You're going to want to remove these credit card pictures next to PayPal, because it was also confusing. Like, should I pay by credit card or should I click this PayPal button, which also lets me pay by credit card? It's not clear. So I would just reserve PayPal for PayPal orders and just the credit card field for just credit card purchasers. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. Okay, so this is actually the payment page. And it looks really funny here, and I wouldn't be surprised if you shed a lot of customers on this page. So first of all, you're taken away from your site to this random site called sageexchange.com. And doesn't even look like I'm on your shop anymore. It says Sage Trusted and Verified. And then what's reference number 1? I have no idea what this is. Reference number 188. Very confusing. I see the total here, but it doesn't tell me what I'm buying or that there's any indication that I'm still shopping on your shop. And what's really funny here is, let's say I enter in my credit card number and a CCV. I want to click on submit, but it doesn't let me click on submit because it's grayed out. And then I have to click on this little teeny next button, and it takes me to billing information, which I thought I entered, way back earlier in the checkout. And it's just all very confusing. So I don't know how you can fix this because it looks like this is hosted on someone else's page, but you don't need billing information. You should have gotten all that information before when I was filling that out. And you want to make, even if you're on sageexchange.com, you at least want to make it look like it's still your shop. So I would put a logo up here at least. Remove this reference number 1. It's okay to take the credit card number, but just keep it simple. This is the last page that they have to enter in for checkout. And just make the submit button visible as soon as they enter in their credit card number. Okay. The other thing that's really funny is once you're on this page, there's actually no way to get back to your store. And there's no indication that I'm still shopping on your store. You definitely need to fix your checkout because right now it's extremely confusing. Wouldn't be surprised if people don't even go through because of it. Okay, so let me see if I can get back to your page here real quick. Okay. Okay, so if we look at SEO for a little bit, you're going to want to change the keywords that you're using. Right now you're using Life and Limb Gel Revolutionary Hot and Cold Therapy Products. You're going to want to replace those with the easier to rank keywords that get decent search volume as indicated by Longtail Pro. The SEO for your products I looked through looked okay, so you're okay there. Took a look at your blog, which is well done. I thought the content on your blog was very well done. One thing I just noticed that makes it a little bit less professional is that the font sizes change. And it just doesn't look professional. So you'll see here that the verbiage here looks like it's 14 point, and all of a sudden over here it looks like it's 16 or 18 point. And so you want a consistent feel. You also need to be gathering emails all over the place on your blog. So a form above the fold, a form like at the end of the article, a pop-up form, a scroll-in. Basically, you want to be gathering emails so that you can remarket to these people later. Okay, and so overall, with your site, I have your products. I think they're awesome. I can vouch for them. I clearly know that there's a value proposition with your products over the cheap crap they sell at Walgreens or CVS. I do think that your site needs some work from a usability perspective. And your niche is actually quite competitive, but your products are good and you should be able to beat the competition as long as you can convey the value. Now, personally, I've always looked for a product like yours, but they don't sell them at CVS or Walgreens. For some reason, they don't. And so you really need your value proposition to shine through here. Include some more testimonials if you can. I'd be happy to provide you with one. Help the customer make an informed decision on what to buy depending on what body part is injured. And you want to target your copy on your category pages or your sales page, as I indicated to you as an example, to kind of indicate to the customer that you do have very specialized compress packs for different body parts. Okay, and so that's pretty much all I had to say about your site. I think your products are great. The site needs some work, especially in the checkout and the value proposition, but feel free to I'll post a link to my changes to your design, and feel free to kind of use that as a template so that you can get your site designed appropriately. I'll now go on the live chat and answer questions.